as we sit here waiting for the YouTube automated checks to validate the existence of this video, we have another trade to talk about. Oh my goodness, what a day it has been. It's only Tuesday, folks. Sources confirm the Ottawa Senators are acquiring William Eklund from the San Jose Sharks. Oh boy, this is huge. The full details of the trade have been revealed as well. Take a look at this. The San Jose Sharks are receiving the 9th overall pick from the Florida Panthers, which, of course, was acquired from the Brady Tkachuk trade. And the Ottawa Senators are receiving William Eklund, Kasper Halttunen, and Brandon Svoboda. It's a 3-for-1 deal. San Jose gets that 9th overall pick. Ottawa's getting 3 forwards, and of course the biggest forward there being William Eklund, a guy that we were already hearing was tossed out there in trade talks ever since the Ivar Stenberg to San Jose train started chugging along. We all recognize that, of course, that 2nd overall pick that the Sharks hold on to, what most people would consider to be the best player available option would be just taking Ivar Stenberg. But the question was, hey, the Sharks, they have so many young forwards. They've got Celebrini, they've got Misa, they've got Smith, they've got Eklund, they've got Chernyshov. They have so many young, quality guys that do they really need to take an Ivar Stenberg? They can just take Chase Reed. But we then saw rumblings. If San Jose was really intent on taking a forward, if they feel like they have too many of these kinds of guys in their top 6 long term, it was always going to be Eklund that gets traded first. You ain't seeing Michael Misa or a Macklin Celebrini or a Will Smith go. You would see Eklund, and that's exactly what we saw here. William Eklund is 23 years old, 5'11", 185, a left-handed guy, making $5.6 million a year till the end of 2029. This is not the first time the San Jose Sharks and the Ottawa Senators have made a trade swapping young Sharks forwards. I'm obviously thinking about the Josh Norris trade from multiple years ago with Erik Karlsson, but William Eklund, this previous season with San Jose, had 53 points in 78 games. Not bad for a guy who is only 23. Now, sure, he had more points the year before that, but the year before that, there was a little bit more flexibility and room for Eklund to do his work. Now, it's getting kind of crowded up there in San Jose when it comes to young forwards, and with Ivar Stenberg in the mix, obviously that adds a bigger element to that as well. So Eklund, him getting a change of scenery, that makes sense. He's going over to Ottawa, where as a left wing, he will essentially replace Brady Tkachuk in his spot. I'd say that Eklund and Stützle have a really good complementary style of game. I wouldn't be surprised if these guys found themselves doing some really good work over the next few years. They're both kind of small, they're both shifty, they're both very skilled with the puck. Eklund was 7th overall back in 2021, and he is listed as a playmaker, puck handler, and a speedster. But that's not it. That's not the only asset that Ottawa is getting in this trade. You also have yourselves Brandon Svoboda out of the Boston University Terrier system, 6'3", 209, a big right-handed guy who was drafted in the 3rd round of the 2023 draft by San Jose. Svoboda hasn't really produced a heck of a ton of points, although he was a main fixture for the United States World Junior team last year in 2025. Svoboda had 15 points in 35 games with BU this previous season. He is listed as an energy forward, a net front presence, and a workhorse. So, hey, they don't ask how, they ask how many, but in Svoboda's case, maybe it is more about the how, rather than the actual how many goals does he get. Svoboda, if he's able to provide that spark, provide that physical presence, that can be essentially what you're missing out of from William Eklund when it comes to replacing Brady Tkachuk. Svoboda could provide that. Who knows if he'll sign on right away. Maybe he spends a junior season with Boston University and he's able to up his production. If that's the case, then that'd be pretty cool. You also have Kasper Halttunen heading over to Ottawa in this deal. 21-year-old former London Knight, 6'4", 205, a Finnish dude who also plays on the wing. He has already signed his ELC, and he was a second-round draft pick back in the 2023 NHL Entry Draft by San Jose. So you're taking a look at it here. The Sharks gave up what was their 7th overall pick in 2021, their 71st overall pick in 2023, and their 36th overall pick in 2023, all for the 9th overall pick in this year's draft. Now, obviously, that opens the door for them to do some very crazy work. They could get Stenberg with the 2nd overall pick, and then they can get, I guess, Viggo Bjork with the 9th overall pick. That would be absolutely insane. Imagine being able to just bolster up your forward core like that, unless they still decided to go for Chase Reed's 2nd overall, and then they went with an Albert Smits or somebody at the 9th overall spot. They could definitely bolster up the future long-term with this trade. Kasper Halttunen going over to Ottawa, though. This previous season, he had 35 points in 69 San Jose Barracuda games. Definitely a respectable level for a guy who had just made his first full season's worth of time in the American Hockey League. He has World Junior experience. He was a point per game plus OHL producer. There's a lot to like out of Halttunen, although he obviously is maybe 2nd most valuable in terms of the assets getting sent over to Ottawa in this trade. William Eklund is a legitimate top 6 guy right now. Svoboda is a pretty low productive but energy forward capable forward that's got a big sized frame. There's value in that, even if he only maxes out as like a bottom 6 guy long term. And then Halttunen could be a wild card. If this guy ends up being, let's say, a 30 to 40 point middle 6 winger sometime down the line with size and some decent hands, I honestly don't think that's that unreasonable. This is a pretty good haul for what was essentially one of the picks that you got for Brady Tkachuk. If you break that Brady Tkachuk trade down in this way, the Tkachuk trade netted Ottawa 2 first-round picks, a 2nd, and then you have these 3 forwards that actually makes the Tkachuk trade look a lot better. And meanwhile, for the San Jose Sharks, Mike Grier is not wasting any time going out there and addressing the team's long-term future, trading away guys that maybe weren't going to be all too useful right now anyways, and still opening up the door to having very valuable forwards coming in and taking those spots. Ivar Stenberg is right there. There is extra accrued value that the San Jose Sharks were able to take advantage of because it exists, and it allowed them to make a trade like this in order to just put the pieces together. So, yeah, pretty tidy piece of business for both sides, I would say. Absolutely killed it. Bring on Ivar Stenberg. Sharks fans, can you give us some insight on the 2 prospects? Halttunen was a monster in the Calder Cup tournament 2 years ago, has sniper potential but needs to get tougher and faster. Svoboda is a career AHLer. Grier is going big game hunting, and we need the pick for capital. Ottawa won the trade. Interesting analysis from a San Jose Sharks fan right there, but it does seem like there is value to be had on both sides. I like this trade for either team. You can let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. How do you feel about the San Jose Sharks acquiring the 9th overall draft pick from Ottawa in exchange for William Eklund, Brandon Svoboda, and Kasper Halttunen? Thoughts in the comments section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. Rolls 99, and bye.